Thomas Tuchel admits Chelsea had the wrong tactics in Manchester City defeat. Thomas Tuchel admits his tactics in Chelsea's defeat to Manchester City earlier this season were wrong and believes Pep Guardiola's side are the benchmark in the Premier League. Chelsea are looking to close the 10-point gap at the top of the table this weekend as Tuchel's side plays City at the Etihad Stadium on Saturday. In September, Chelsea suffered their first defeat of the season as Gabriel Jesus's goal sealed a 1-0 victory for City at Stamford Bridge. And Tuchel concedes that his side were set up to be too passive against the Premier League champions. Asked what he had learned from the defeat, Tuchel said at his press conference on Friday that my approach was the wrong approach, tactically. It made us too passive. We could have done better, but I think the approach was too passive and too defensive. It was not meant like this, but it turned out this way, so lesson learned. They were too aggressive for our build-up play, they were too aggressive, we did not have the solution to escape from our own half. We defended very well in the last 18-20 meters of the field, but we didn't see much of the other 70 meters. The second half was a bit better, it was a bit wild, but it's not the worst thing to have a wild match against Manchester City, to break out of the structure and the controlled situations. The second half was better but lesson learned. When asked if he considers the gap between Chelsea and City to be significant, Tuchel replied, "Yeah, at the moment it's a significant one. If you look at the table and the points and the consistency, it's a significant one. We have to prove to ourselves that we can step up and close it day in, day out. We have trust in what we do. We have trust in our players and trust in the mentality of our club that we can do it. We have a strong squad, we have belief in what we do, we will be there. But the situation is very particular in which we are trying to do it. We've spoken many times about the reasons, without using this as an excuse. It describes the situation, and it is an explanation, and we cannot just look away." Tuchel also believes City's handling of COVID and injuries in their squad has been a pivotal factor in gaining an advantage in the title race. "The biggest difference so far in the season, as far as I'm concerned, is that they dealt better with injuries and dealt better with the COVID situation," said Tuchel. "Maybe it's unlucky, maybe they do it better, but they have less injuries for key players, less days out, less weeks where they miss them. They did not suffer from COVID as we did over many weeks. This is a huge difference. We had some draws in the season that were unnecessary, and if you have your full squad you create a certain atmosphere for everybody that pushes everybody to the edge, and you need to be on your edge at your very highest level when you compete with Manchester City. They are the benchmark, they are the best team in England right now, this is something we have to admit realistically." Transfer news live. Arsenal close in on Arthur Melo signing as Juventus target. Chelsea ace Granit Xhaka issues apology after red card and Arsenal's draw with Liverpool. Wayne Rooney disagrees with Cristiano Ronaldo over Manchester United target. "We don't think a lot of scenarios of what happens if. Let's play the game. I'm always in for a good fight, but I'm also always very realistic. If you look back at our last games, when we have our squad and